G'day scrappers, just another short and sweet scrap out. Today I got a data acquisition system. Looks a bit vintage-ish and definitely got a vintage 5 1/4 floppy drive, a dual drive made by Morrow. Yeah, this looks like it's definitely from the 80s. Yeah, I've never seen such a big drive for just for floppies, but I suppose 2 of them and they're huge. And no, I certainly don't want this in my vintage collection, so I'm going to scrap them out. And yeah, we'll just pass a little bit of time for the day. And yesterday I actually done a pretty big pickup, filled the van up, and actually almost one of my records in 103 PCs from one pickup. So yeah, that was half the van loaded up. 103 includes these boxy ones. These are strange. They're Lenovo's EMC squared. They have yeah, Intel inside. They're interesting. Yeah, that's the back. So I'll check them out as well. So what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 of them. And 91 mostly HP small form factor type PCs. So look at all them. Amazing. Had a whole heap of keyboards, and that's just the cables from the keyboards. That was the second half of the van. You know, at least 100 keyboards. No, I don't have time to process to get the keyboard mylar out. So also mice. So all I do is just cut the cord, get a little bit of value, and then just pass them on to my plastic recycler and let him get the rest of the value out of it. And also got about 100, maybe more, yeah, about 100 of these. They're just cash register, you know, receipt things. You know, it's pretty junky, really. I'm going to just to remind myself, because normally I remember I don't really scrap these out, but I can take out this little card out of here on each one before, as I throw them back into the van to take to the scrapyard. But I'll scrap one out just to make sure that I'm not missing out on anything. But yeah, just yeah, boxes of them, and a lot of boxes actually. So that was me yesterday. So I was actually thought I was getting on top of the garage. I was really getting into it and cleaning up lots of smalls down on the ground, and it was really good. And then all of a sudden I get this out of the blue pickup, and I wasn't expecting 103 PCs. So you know, one day of pickup is like a week of work almost, you know. So oh well, anyway, let's get to scrapping these 2 units out, and then I'll keep going, and tomorrow I can go street scrapping. So I'll do this data acquisition system first, just to see what's inside, and just another thing to get rid of. I'm going to I'll probably leave most of those PCs in the garage for now, because they're nice and undercover, out the way a little bit, and just focus on those receipt boxes. So next week I can at least take them to the scrapyard, and at the same time I can take that tub of keyboards to my recycler, so I can get 2 things done. So yeah, it really is well, I was going to say 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but it's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back lately. But you know, obviously, if I've got nothing to do at all, then I'm not making any money. So I need to keep bringing in the work. And it was, yeah, just when I was talking to the guy on the phone, he was saying, oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of keyboards. There's boxes of keyboards, and there's boxes of receipt boxes. And I thought, oh, geez, I hope there's a bit more than that. I said, oh, is there any PCs? And he goes, oh, actually, come to think of it, there's a big stack of PCs as well. Oh, thank God. So, well, there's some extruded alley. Ah. And, well, that job is actually not over yet, because I've got to do one more pickup. I don't think there's going to be many PCs in this next one. Hopefully they find a few more. But there was still heaps left over that I couldn't fit in the van. I had the van full. I had about 12 PCs in the front seat and on the floor. And I had stuff everywhere. The whole van was chock-a-block full, which is yeah, pretty normal for me. I always seem to get pickups where I'm totally filling up the van where I can barely move, and things are sliding forward and hitting me on the head, and but what do you do? It's all good. So it's almost like a little motherboard there. Yeah, and also that pickup, I also got a bunch of really nice Toshiba laptops, really slimline, i5s, and pretty late model i5s as well. So, you know, at least the laptops are sellable for me. So sometimes can get more money for the laptops selling them than I do for the rest of the stuff that I've picked up. You know, so it's yeah, laptops are awesome. As long as they're reasonably modern, they're good. Well, that's a beautiful card, actually. Look at that. A couple of removable ICs and beautiful gold fingers. Not the best gold fingers, because you can see how shiny they are. It's got a little tin RAM, but still good for the IC chips. And there you go. Yeah, they're not bad fingers. They're just not like the flat orange vintage style, but still a good board, actually. Nice board. It's basically like a motherboard, really. But yeah, I'll take the fingers and take these two chips. Yeah, and just a little backplane board. Might as well clean it up now. Oh, as I showed you, I bought this brushless drill, or what is it? What are they called again? I can't remember what they're. They're not hammer drill, impact driver. That's right. So anyway, I bought this impact driver, and what I didn't realise until I actually needed it was that it's got a hex thing, and I can't actually put a drill in there. So that was really unfortunate. And then I went and had a look for a drill chuck that I could click in, and that was $80. There are cheap ones you can buy on eBay, but I couldn't wait that long, and I don't know how good they would have went. So so I didn't even think of it, and I do need a drill because I use a big drill to drill drain holes in the tubs that I get. So anyway, I ended up going to buy another drill anyway. So this one isn't a brushless, but what was it? It was about $140, but this one at least came with another charger and 2 batteries. So I've got 2 extra batteries for this one as well. And yeah, because this is the size of the drill that I need, and as you can see, it's a drill chuck, and that's what I needed. And so my option was to buy just the chuck for this, which was $80, or virtually spend another $20 and get a whole drill. So I thought I'd just do that, and at least I've got a drill for, you know, when I've got to drill things. So, but that's it. And yeah, I didn't want to get a cheap chuck because, as you can see, it's a big drill, and the cheap chuck probably would have blown out on me or broken down, and I'll end up just keep buying the same things. Anyway, so that was my story also this week. So in 1 week I've bought, a week and a half, I've bought 2 drills, impact driver and a drill. Well, there goes $350. But I suppose, well, I bought them after the financial year, so I suppose I'll claim them back on tax next financial year. Well, you don't claim them back, you just don't have to pay tax on that much. So, all right. Oh, bonus hard drive. Didn't expect a hard drive. So yeah, pretty much just like a PC. Full size power supply unit. You got your motherboard, the RAM. And this is obviously the onboard CPU, BIOS, all there. Vintage floppy. So I guess I can say this is pretty much scrapped now. I'll just fast forward. Well, at least we've got some aluminium extruded. It's like cast, most likely zinc, and some steel. There we go. Floppies. No, I don't do much. Don't do much else with floppies apart from getting these. Just getting my gold pins. If you can be bothered. Unscrew the little motor here. Right. It's not worth going any further than this. That goes into dirty pressing. And the motor, well, rather than giving him some free brass, I usually cut off that bit of brass, throw that in brass. So that's like 70 cents a kilo. That's $4.60 a kilo. Not much, but it all adds up, guys, hey? So there we go. We've got a hard drive out of it. 10 gigabyte hard drive. It's a nice old school. We did get some aluminium power supply. that was actually, no, it was pretty much just like a PC, really. So now, let's get into this old school floppy drive. And yeah, really weird. I was debating whether I should keep it or not, but this just takes up too much room for what it's worth. It's really not worth much to me. But as you can see, it's already got a gold fingers on the card here. Nice vintage gold fingers. So that's promising. So yeah, I mean, this, if I had room, this would be just one of those cool items to keep with vintage stuff. Dual 5 1/4 floppy drives. Pretty scarce, I'd imagine. But hey. Just can't keep everything. And as far as value is concerned, well, to me, I get value out of scrapping stuff out on video, because I need YouTube, you know, I need content too. I like to scrap different things. It would be boring if I just scrapped out the same things over and over. So yeah, just for the interest factor, my curiosity, you know, it's not all about money. For me, I like, you know, I'm happy for the experience that it gives me, just doing it. Okay, well, I can see quite a decent old school board, so this might be pretty cool. Here we go. Wow, check that out. So the two boards for the actual drives, and then a pretty cool main board, a little power supply. Yeah. Just an old school power supply. All right. Okay. I might have to do another one of those 100 PC scrap marathons, just to motivate me to scrap out 100 in one go or something. I don't know. Well, there's one, I think. Yeah, nice. Little motory. Another little motor here. Alley. I might even just put this aside, and when I like to fiddle around, I'll just sort of undo this and at least get some value out of it. Because I do want this board. I actually want the chips from these boards. Here's a real cool removable IC, you know, some good gold fingers again, good value. And another one. So yeah, it's the sort of thing you just don't see very often, you know. I've never seen one, that's for sure. I'm sure most of you probably haven't either. There we go. Number 2. Now. Empty box. So, oh, some fingers over this side too, really nice. And basically it's like a telecom board, you know, it's all IC chips. But because of its vintage, you know, I want to depopulate all these IC chips. It's even got some resin dipped tantalums, these blue ones. Yeah, so I want all these IC chips. It's even got a very old EEPROM. Doesn't look like it's gold, but yeah, good board. Nice fingers to add to the collection. Oh, that was interesting. And 2 5 1/4 floppies. I've got the collectible types, you know, the complete single standalone floppies. So, well, there you go, guys. A couple of interesting bits. 5 1/4 floppy. And the Ecotech 9400 data acquisition system. Basically a computer. Oh, there we go. All right, well, I won't bore you for any longer. Hope that was a bit of fun for some of you guys that like to watch my videos, scrapping and stuff. I know a lot of guys just are dedicated street scrapping watchers. So, well, I'm going out street scrapping tomorrow. So you'll probably see that video in a couple of days. We'll see how I go. We're in lockdown, but I'll try my best. And we actually have to wear masks anywhere out in the street now. It's compulsory unless you're exercising or eating. Yeah, it's a $200 fine if you don't wear a mask. So how's that? Oh, not only did I buy a drill, 2 drills this week, but my washing machine packed it in. So another $1,000 for a new washing machine. So that was great. So a lot of money's gone out this week, that's for sure. But that's life. At least I've got a nice new washing machine to play around with. You know, wash the old scrap clothes, just so I look nice and pretty when I'm out and about. Alright guys, well, keep scrapping, have fun. Don't forget, a couple of days time, street scrapping, it's on.